cardboard box holding everything I own feels impossibly light in my arms as I stand on my mother's doorstep. Rain drips from my hair, each drop a reminder of how far I've fallen. My name is Sarah, and this wasn't how my life was supposed to go. "Mum!" I call out, knocking again. The porch light flickers on, and I hear the deadbolt turn. "Sarah!" My mother's face appears, perfectly made up despite the late hour. Her expression shifts from surprise to something else, something colder. "What are you doing here?" "I lost my job. The startup went under and—" I swallow hard. "I had to leave my apartment. I just need to stay in my old room for a few weeks while I figure things out." She doesn't move to let me in. "Oh, sweetie, that's not possible." "What do you mean?" "Well, come see for yourself." She steps aside, finally allowing me into the house I grew up in. I follow her upstairs, my wet shoes squeaking against the hardwood. The door to my childhood bedroom stands open, but instead of my familiar space, I find an empty room. No furniture, no photos, no trace of me. "Where's all my stuff?" My voice comes out smaller than I intend. We needed the space for Evan's wedding preparations. And honestly, the furniture helped offset some of the costs. That destination wedding in Bali isn't paying for itself. She laughs like she's sharing a joke. "You sold my things?" The box in my arms suddenly feels heavy. "You weren't using them, dear, and Evan needed the help. It's a $90,000 wedding. Your brother only gets married once." I set my box down before my shaking hands drop it. "Where are Dad's letters?" "Oh, those old things. They were just taking up space in that ratty shoebox." The room spins. "You sold Dad's letters?" "Donated them with the rest of the junk." "Really, Sarah? You should have taken them when you left for college if they meant that much to you." Footsteps thunder up the stairs, and Evan appears in the doorway, grinning. "Little sis, what brings you to our neck of the woods?" "Did you know about this?" I gesture to the empty room. "Did you know Mom sold everything?" He shrugs, checking his phone. "Hey, you're the one who chose that fancy tech startup over a real job." Some of us actually plan ahead. "I needed help," I whisper. "I just needed a place to stay. Maybe you should have made better choices." He doesn't even look up from his screen. "Not everyone can afford to make mistakes, Sarah." "Evan's right," Mum adds. "You're 27. It's time to grow up and stop expecting handouts." I look between them, my golden boy brother and my status-obsessed mother, and something inside me breaks, and then hardens. "I'll leave," I say quietly. "That would be best," Mum agrees. "We have the wedding planner coming early tomorrow to discuss the ceremony. We can't have—" She waves her hand at me, this situation distracting from Evan's big day. I pick up my box and walk downstairs, my feet moving on autopilot. Behind me, I hear them discussing flower arrangements like I never existed. The rain has turned into a downpour when I reach my car. I slide into the driver's seat, box on my lap, and stare at my phone. My mother's contact information glows on the screen. "Mom." My thumb hovers over the delete button. "You don't belong here anymore," she had said. Like I was nothing more than another piece of furniture to be disposed of when inconvenient. I delete her contact. Then Evans. The rain drums against my car roof as I pull into a Walmart parking lot. It's nearly midnight, and the lot is mostly empty. Safe enough to sleep, I hope. I recline my seat and try to get comfortable, knowing this is my new reality. In the distance, I see a family loading groceries into their minivan, laughing together under shared umbrellas. My chest aches with something deeper than hunger or cold. I pull out my phone one last time and open my banking app. $247.13 total. Not even enough for a week at the cheapest motel. "Okay," I whisper to myself, fog forming on the windows around me. "Okay, Sarah. You have two choices. You can break down crying, or you can start planning." I open a new Google Doc and title it Survival Strategy. The blue cursor blinks at me, waiting. Outside, the rain continues to fall, but inside my car, my new home, something else is falling into place. A plan, a purpose, and maybe, just maybe, a promise of revenge. The McDonald's Wi-Fi cuts out again, and I stifle a groan. 3 weeks of homelessness has taught me their connection drops every 45 minutes like clockwork. I save my work and check the time. 5:47 a.m. The morning rush will start soon. More coffee, honey? Linda, the morning shift manager, appears with a pot. She's been pretending not to notice I've been here since 4 a.m. Thanks. I push my cup forward. Actually, could I ask you something? Do you know if anyone's hiring around here? She glances at my laptop screen, filled with half-finished job applications. The office building across the street needs cleaning staff, night shift. Not glamorous, but it's something, I nod, adding it to my list. My college degree feels worthless now, but pride won't keep me warm at night. The bathroom mirror at the Shell station has become my morning routine spot. I wash my face, brush my teeth, and try to make my hair look presentable. The attendant, Mike, pretends not to see me. Hey! A voice startles me as I'm fixing my blazer. An older woman in scrubs stands in the doorway. You can use the employee shower in the back. It's cleaner. I freeze, embarrassment burning my cheeks. I'm not. Honey, I've been there. Keys behind the counter. Mike knows. I whisper a thank you, fighting back tears. Later that day, I sit in my car between interviews, watching finance videos on YouTube. 5 Ways to Build Wealth from Nothing plays on my phone while I eat a $1 menu burger. Step 1. Cut all unnecessary expenses, the host says. I laugh bitterly. Check. Step 2. Learn high-income skill. I pause the video and open my notebook. The list of potential skills grows. Copywriting, social media management, digital marketing, things I can learn for free online. A knock on my window makes me jump. A police officer stands outside, flashlight in hand. Evening, miss. Everything okay? Yes, officer. I was just... The lies die in my throat. He studies my car, the neatly folded blanket in the back seat, the small toiletry bag, the laptop. You can't stay here overnight, he says, but his tone is gentle. There's a safer spot behind the library. Security doesn't check there. I nod, unable to speak. And miss, he hesitates. Look into copywriting. My daughter does it, makes good money. All those businesses need someone to write their stuff. That night, in my new parking spot behind the library, I dive into copywriting tutorials. Hours pass as I study headlines, sales psychology, persuasion techniques. I create sample pieces, build a basic portfolio website, and start pitching on freelance sites. The rejections pile up, 20, 30, 40 no's. But I keep pitching. My phone buzzes. A notification from Instagram. My mother has posted photos from Evan's wedding shower. Beautiful day with family. The comments are full of heart emojis and congratulations. I throw my phone onto the passenger seat and attack my laptop with renewed fury. Another pitch, another application, another tutorial. Days blur together. McDonald's Wi-Fi, Shell station showers, library parking lot, repeat. Then it happens. Hi Sarah, I love your sample work. Would you be interested in writing product descriptions for my jewellery store? $500 for the first batch. I read the email 7 times. My hands shake as I reply, trying to sound professional instead of desperate. The client pays immediately. Sitting in my car, staring at the PayPal notification, I break down. $500. Real money, real work. Thank you, I whisper to no one, tears streaming down my face. Thank you. That night, I create a strict schedule. 4 a.m. Wake up 4:30 and 8 a.m. Write at McDonald's. 9 a.m. to p.m. Job interviews. Client work. 3 p.m. 7 p.m. Learn new skills at library. 8 p.m. 10 p.m. Send pitches. 11 p.m. Sleep. I delete Netflix from my phone. Cancel Spotify. Every dollar goes to either food or gas. A week later, another client. Then another. Small jobs, but they add up. I'm finishing a project at McDonald's when Linda appears with more coffee. You're different, she says, studying me. Last month you looked scared. Now you look determined, I finish for her. She nods. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. I look at my notebook, filled with plans and goals. The latest entry catches my eye. First goal, $5,000 in savings. My phone buzzes again. Another Instagram notification. Missing our beautiful daughter at the wedding planning weekend. Some of us just have different priorities. I close Instagram and open my email instead. 3 new client inquiries wait in my inbox. Different priorities, I whisper, cracking my knuckles and starting to type. You have no idea. You're doing it wrong, Sarah Bear. Evan laughs in my memory. We're 12 and 17, and he's teaching me to ride his old skateboard. His hands steady my shoulders as I wobble. I've got you, sis. Always will. The memory fades as I scrub another office toilet. It's 2 a.m, and the cleaning job pays cash, enough to finally rent a room in a shared house next month if I keep at it. Miss? A voice startles me. An older man in an expensive suit stands in the doorway. You're new here? Yes, sir. Just started last week. He studies me, noting my careful pronunciation, the laptop bag visible through the bathroom door. You don't seem like our usual cleaning staff. Life takes unexpected turns, sir. Indeed. He extends his hand. I'm Jesus Fernandez. I own this building. I quickly peel off my rubber glove to shake his hand. Sarah! Tell me, Sarah, what's in the laptop bag? My other work. I'm a copywriter during the day. His eyebrows rise. Interesting combination. Come to my office when you're done here. Let's talk. 2 hours later, I'm sitting across from Jesus, explaining digital marketing while he sips espresso. So, you understand modern business, he says thoughtfully. But you're cleaning toilets at night. I need capital to start investing. Every dollar counts. He nods slowly. I mentor young entrepreneurs sometimes. We could meet weekly, if you're interested. Talk strategy. My heart races. I'd be honoured, sir. My phone buzzes. Another Instagram notification. Mum's posted photos from Bali. Wedding venue shopping with my loves. Our beautiful daughter couldn't make it. Again. Jesus notices my expression darken. Family troubles? They're why I work so hard, I say quietly. He studies me for a long moment. Success is the best revenge, Sarah. Let's make sure yours is spectacular. The next months blur into a routine of work and learning. Jesus teaches me about investment strategies during our late-night meetings. I absorb everything. Cryptocurrency, digital products, personal branding. One night, while cleaning the executive floor, I find a box by the dumpster. Inside are dozens of old letters, someone's memorabilia being thrown away. It triggers something. Mum, I whisper, remembering Dad's letters she so casually disposed of. How could you? I call Heidi, my cousin, for the first time since everything happened. Sarah? Is it really you? Did Mum keep anything from my room? Any boxes of Dad's stuff? A long pause. I'm sorry, Sarah. She had a yard sale. I saw her selling some old letters for 50 cents each. I didn't know. The phone slips from my hand. 50 cents. My father's last words, sold to strangers for pocket change. That night, I create a new Instagram account. A financial freedom queen. Anonymous. Professional. I share my story without names. A post about family betrayal and homelessness that goes viral overnight. How did you survive? Commenters ask. I start sharing everything I've learned. Investment strategies, side hustles, digital marketing tips. My follower count explodes. Jesus helps me set up my first online course. From rock bottom to rising star. It sells out in hours. Good, he says, reviewing the numbers. Now multiply it. Create more products. I build an empire. Months become a year. My bank account grows. I move from the shared house to a small apartment downtown, then a better one. Mum keeps posting, another beautiful day in paradise, planning the perfect wedding for my perfect son. I channel every post into work. Every smug photo becomes another product launch. Every cruel comment fuels another investment. One evening, Jesus calls an unexpected meeting. You've done well, he says, sliding a folder across his desk. I think it's time we discussed angel investing. Inside is a contract he wants to invest in my business. 7 figures? Why? I ask. Because you remind me of myself. And because revenge is a powerful motivator when channeled correctly. I sign the papers. That night, I find a comment from Evan on my latest Instagram post. Must be nice having time to post while some of us work real jobs. Mum says hi. He doesn't realise he's commenting on his sister's account. Doesn't recognise that the anonymous entrepreneur he's mocking is the same person they threw away. I open my laptop and start writing a new course outline. Building generational wealth. The kind of wealth that would make my family choke on their words. My phone pings with a Zillow notification. A Mediterranean mansion just listed in my old neighbourhood. 5 minutes from Mum's house. The price? 3.2 million. I stare at the listing photos, a plan forming. The ultimate revenge isn't just success. It's success they can't ignore. Success that lives next door, casting shadows over their perfect little world. I text Jesus. Need your advice on a property investment. His reply comes quickly. Now you're thinking like a queen. Let's make it happen. I smile, remembering Evan's words from so long ago. I've got you, sis. Always will. No, brother, I whisper, saving the listing. I've got myself now. The box arrives on a Tuesday. Inside, wrapped in tissue paper, are my father's letters. 3 of them rescued from a vintage paper collector who saw my online plea. To my dearest Sarah, I read aloud, hands trembling, on your 10th birthday. The paper crumples as my fist tightens. 3 letters. Out of dozens. The rest are lost forever, scattered by my mother's carelessness like ashes in the wind. My phone rings. Jesus. Did you see the Reddit post? He asks without preamble. Which one? The one about you. Well, about a financial freedom queen. It's trending. I open Reddit and find it easily. This woman's story of going from homeless to millionaire is incredible. 30,000 upvotes and climbing. Check the comments, Jesus says. They're overwhelming. I'm crying reading this. Please tell me she got revenge on her family. We need a book about this. The universe is giving you a sign, Jesus says. It's time to tell your story. I look at Dad's letters again. Not yet. First, I need to make sure they can't ignore it. That afternoon, I meet with a real estate agent about the Mediterranean mansion. The listing photos don't do it justice. 6 bedrooms, infinity pool, wine cellar, and a clear view of my mother's backyard. It's a competitive property, the agent warns. Multiple offers already. I open my investment portfolio app. I'll pay cash. Full asking price. Her eyes widen. I'll draw up the paperwork. That night, I write a Reddit post that will change everything. Not from my business account, but from a throwaway. I lived in my car for a year after my family betrayed me. Now I'm worth 8 figures. Here's how I did it. I detail everything. The McDonald's Wi-Fi, the gas station showers, the late-night cleaning job. How I built my empire from nothing while my family posted photos from Bali. It goes viral within hours. My phone explodes with messages, journalists, publishers, television producers. Holy shit, Jesus texts. Have you seen your follower count? Financial freedom queen has gained 100,000 followers overnight. The comment sections are chaos. Are you the Reddit girl? Please do a face reveal. We need your full story. I ignore them all and drive to my old neighbourhood. Parking across from Mum's house, I watch her water her precious roses. She looks exactly the same. Designer workout clothes, perfectly highlighted hair. My phone buzzes. A news outlet has offered 6 figures for an exclusive interview. Not yet, I whisper. Back at my apartment, I start planning. The mansion closes next month. My new product line launches next week. Everything needs to align perfectly. A message pops up from Heidi. Sarah, that Reddit post, is it you? I stare at it for a long time before replying, come over, we need to talk. An hour later, Heidi sits on my couch, eyes wide as I show her everything. The business, the investments, the mansion purchase. They have no idea, do they? She whispers. No, but they will. Aunt Jocelyn posted about Evan's baby shower yesterday. They're hosting it at their house next month. I pull up the post. Sure enough, there it is. Tagged location, just 5 minutes from my future home. Perfect timing. I smile. The mansion will be ready by then. Sarah. Heidi hesitates. What exactly are you planning? I show her the property photos. See that back fence? It connects to Mum's yard. They'll be able to see everything, the pool, the gardens, my cars in the driveway. You're going to torture them with your success? No. I pick up Dad's letters. I'm going to make them choke on it. Heidi stays late helping me plan. We schedule the moving trucks, the landscapers, the interior designers. Everything has to be perfect. After she leaves, I open my laptop and start writing, "Dear Publishing House, regarding your interest in my story." The cursor blinks as I pause, thinking of Mom selling Dad's letters for pocket change, of Evan laughing at my homelessness, of all the Instagram posts tagged with fake concern. My phone pings, another Zillow notification. The mansion's status has changed to pending sale. I continue typing. I'm ready to tell my story, all of it. But first, there's something I need to do. The Reddit post hits 100,000 upvotes. The comments keep flowing. "Queen, reveal yourself. We're all rooting for you. Show them what they lost." I close my laptop and walk to the window, looking out at the city lights. Somewhere out there, my family is sleeping peacefully, unaware that their perfect world is about to shatter. "Soon," I whisper, clutching Dad's letters. Very soon. The real estate office smells like coffee and ambition. I'm early for my appointment, but a man in a well-fitted suit approaches immediately. "Miss Sarah, I'm Caden." His handshake is firm, genuine. "I'll be handling your purchase." "The Mediterranean mansion," I confirm. "I'd like to close as quickly as possible." He studies me. I'm dressed casually in jeans and a blazer, not looking like someone about to drop millions in cash. "Of course. Though I should mention, there are other offers." I pull out my phone, open my banking app, and slide it across the desk. His eyes widen slightly. "That's quite a down payment." "Not a down payment. Full purchase price, all cash. I want to close in 2 weeks. He leans back, reassessing me. "May I ask what you do?" "I help women build empires," I say simply. "Now, shall we discuss renovations?" Over the next hour, Caden proves himself surprisingly insightful. He suggests improvements I hadn't considered, understands my vision without me having to explain too much. "The infinity pool," he says, pointing to the blueprints. "We could adjust the angle slightly, better sunset views." "And better views from the neighbour's yard," I add quietly. He catches something in my tone. "You know someone in the neighbourhood." "You could say that." His eyes narrow thoughtfully, but he doesn't press. We tour the property that afternoon. The house is even more impressive in person. Soaring ceilings, marble floors, floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the manicured grounds. "The previous owners left some furniture," Caden explains. "We can have it removed." "No," I interrupt, running my hand along a pristine white sofa. "It's perfect, clinical, expensive. Everything my mother wishes she had. Standing on the back terrace, I can see my old home through the trees. Mom's roses are in full bloom. Sarah?" Caden's voice is gentle. "There's a story here, isn't there?" I turn to face him. Something about his direct gaze makes me want to be honest. "See that house?" I point through the trees. "I used to live there, until they threw me out, made me homeless." He's quiet for a moment. "And now you're buying the biggest house in the neighbourhood. Petty?" I ask. "Strategic," he corrects. "Though I hope it brings you peace, not just satisfaction." I laugh, a sharp, unexpected sound. "Peace is overrated. I prefer power." Over the next 2 weeks, Caden becomes more than just my real estate agent. He helps coordinate contractors, suggests local designers, even recommends a car dealer for my new Rolls Royce. "Black," I specify. "Like my soul." He rolls his eyes. "Your soul isn't black, slightly charred maybe." We're standing in what will be my home office when my phone buzzes. An Instagram notification from Mum. "Baby shower planning day. Can't wait to celebrate our first grandchild." "Mycket," Caden reads over my shoulder. "Ah, the neighbours." "My mother and brother," I confirm. "They're hosting the shower next month." Interesting timing. I show him the invitation Heidi forwarded me, complete with location details and a registry full of $1,000 baby items. "They have no idea you're moving in." "Not yet," I smile. "But they will. The day of the shower, actually." He studies me for a long moment. "You know, revenge doesn't usually look this elegant." I learned from the best. I gesture around the mansion. Nothing hurts old money more than new money next door. And after, he asks, when you've made your point? I walk to the window, looking out at my mother's house. Then I build something bigger, something that lasts longer than revenge. Like what? A legacy. One that doesn't include them. My phone buzzes again. Jesus, confirming the final wire transfer for the house. It's done, I tell Caden. The house is mine. He hands me the keys with a slight bow. Congratulations. Try not to burn the neighbourhood down. No promises. As we walk through the empty house one last time, I pause in the grand entrance. In 3 weeks, this space will be filled with guests from my brother's baby shower, all of them wondering how the homeless daughter became the queen next door. Caden? I turn to find him watching me. Thank you. For not judging. Everyone has a story, he says simply. Some are just more interesting than others. Outside, a moving truck pulls up, the first of many. The transformation is beginning. I check my phone one last time. Mum has posted another photo. Shopping for the perfect baby shower dress. Nothing but the best for our family. Oh, Mother, I whisper, pocketing my phone. You have no idea what the best looks like. Caden clears his throat. Shall we start with the furniture placement? I nod, stepping into my new kingdom. Let's make it magnificent. The baby shower invitation feels heavy in my hands. Thick cardstock with gold foil lettering. Heidi managed to get me added to the guest list through a mix-up with the party planner. Just another college friend of Evan's, she'd explained innocently. Now watching from my upstairs window, I see cars filling my mother's driveway. Designer dresses and expensive gifts parade across her lawn. My phone buzzes. Caden, ready? Almost, I reply, adjusting my outfit one last time. The white Chanel suit cost more than my mother's monthly mortgage. My hair and makeup are flawless. Subtle changes that make me look expensive rather than different. Another text from Jesus. The car is waiting. Make them remember this. I take the private elevator down to my garage where the black Rolls Royce gleams. The driver holds the door open. Take the long way around, I instruct. I want them to hear it coming. Music and laughter drift over the fence as we circle the block. I catch glimpses of the party through the trees, champagne flowing, gifts piling up, my mother holding court in her signature red dress. Stop here, I tell the driver, just before the final turn. I can see Evan greeting guests, Callie showing off her baby bump in a flowing designer dress. The Rolls Royce purrs as we make the final approach. Heads turn at the distinctive sound. Conversations pause. Even the music seems to dim. Who's that? I hear someone whisper as the car stops in front of my mother's house. The driver opens my door and I step out into the sunlight. For a moment, nothing happens. Then recognition hits like a wave. My mother's champagne glass slips from her hand, shattering on the patio. Sarah? Evan's voice cracks. I smile. Not warm, not cold, just perfect. Sorry I'm late. I live just next door. The silence is delicious. What are you doing here? My mother's voice tries for authority but lands on panic. I was invited. I hold up the golden invitation. Plus, I wanted to meet my new neighbours, though I suppose we've already met. Callie steps forward, confusion clear on her face. You live in the mansion? Bought it last month. All cash. I turn to my mother. The infinity pool has a lovely view of your roses. The party guests are frozen, watching the drama unfold. Some are already whispering, connecting the dots. This is inappropriate, Evan starts, but I cut him off. Is it? More inappropriate than selling your sister's belongings? Than making her homeless? You weren't homeless, he scoffs. You were just living in my car, showering at gas stations, while you planned your $90,000 wedding, more whispers. More shocked faces. Perhaps, I continue smoothly, we should continue this conversation at my house. I'm hosting an after-party. Everyone's invited, of course. My mother steps forward, face tight with rage and embarrassment. You need to leave. Oh, I did leave. Then I built an empire. Would you like to see it? I gesture toward my house, where staff are already setting up for the party I knew I'd be throwing. The caterers, the bartenders, the string quartet, all visible from my mother's backyard. "You can't do this," Evan hisses. "I already have." I turn to address the crowd. "Ladies and gentlemen, please join me next door for champagne and truth-telling. I have quite a story to share." People are already moving, drawn by curiosity and the promise of scandal. Callie looks uncertainly between her husband and the growing exodus of guests. "You'll regret this," my mother warns. "No," I say softly. "I regret believing you loved me. Everything else." I gesture to my house, my car, my success. "This is just karma with better funding." Heidi appears at my side, grinning. "Need a co-host?" "You knew?" Evan demands. "Someone had to witness your cruelty," she replies. "Now everyone else will too." We walk together toward my house, leaving my family standing amid their ruined party. The sound of their whispered arguments fades behind us. At my front door, I pause to look back. My mother stands rigid, watching her social circle disappear into her daughter's mansion. Evan paces, running his hands through his hair. Callie sits heavily in a garden chair, fat and fluttering against her face. "Ready for the grand finale?" Heidi asks. I think of Dad's letters, sold for pocket change, of cold nights in my car, of Instagram posts designed to hurt. "Actually," I say, "I think this is just the beginning." The string quartet starts playing as guests flood my home. Their gasps of appreciation echo through marble halls. Champagne pops. Stories start circulating. And there, framed in my entryway, is a single photograph. Me, sleeping in my car, taken the night my family threw me away. Beneath it, a simple caption. "Rock bottom became the foundation on which I built my empire. The party is just beginning, and revenge tastes like expensive champagne." "Is it true?" a guest asks, champagne glass trembling in her hand. "You're really our financial freedom queen." The rooftop terrace is filled with curious partygoers, all eager to hear the story. Below, I can see my mother and Evan still standing in their yard, watching their social circle migrate to my domain. "It's true," I confirm, "though that's just one part of the story." "Tell us everything," another woman urges. "We've all read the Reddit post." I catch Heidi's eye across the crowd. She nods encouragingly. "Well," I begin, "it started with a cardboard box and an empty room." The story pours out, not in anger, but in calculated precision. Every detail lands like a perfectly aimed arrow. When I describe the gas station showers, women dab at their eyes. When I mention the McDonald's Wi-Fi, phones emerge to check my business accounts. "Your own mother did this," someone gasps. "Ask her yourself," I say, gesturing to where Mom now stands in my doorway, trying to look dignified. She's right there. All heads turn. The silence is devastating. "Sarah," she starts, her society smile cracking. "You're making quite a scene." "No, Mother, I'm making history. There's a difference." Evan appears behind her, pulling Callie by the hand. "This is ridiculous. You're ruining our baby shower." "Like you ruined my life?" I take a slow sip of champagne. "Consider it a gift." "Now your child will know exactly what kind of family they're born into." "You ungrateful little—" Mom steps forward, but freezes as phones start recording. "Careful," I warn. My story's already trending. Want to go viral? Callie breaks away from Evan, approaching me with tears in her eyes. "I didn't know about any of it. They said you were just being difficult." "They say a lot of things, Callie. Truth isn't their strong suit." A commotion at the door draws everyone's attention. Jesus walks in, commanding the room with his presence. "Sarah," he calls out, "the publishers are getting impatient. Shall we tell them yes?" Mom's face pales. "Publishers?" "For my book," I explain. "The full story, every detail, every Instagram post, every cruel word." "You can't," Evan sputters. "It'll ruin us." Should have thought of that before making me sleep in a Walmart parking lot. Heidi steps forward, addressing the crowd. "I was there. I saw it all." "Every word Sarah's saying is true." The whispers grow louder. Mum's carefully curated social circle is crumbling before her eyes. "Perhaps," she says tightly, "we should discuss this privately. Like you discussed selling Dad's letters privately." The words slice through the air. 50 cents each, wasn't it? She stumbles back as if struck. For the first time, real emotion cracks her perfect mask. I never meant... Save it. I turn to the guests. The bar is open, the food is endless, and yes, I'm taking investments in my next venture. Jesus here can provide details. The crowd buzzes with excitement, completely ignoring my family now. Money, after all, speaks louder than blood. Caden appears at my side, watching Evan guide our mother to a chair. You okay? Never better. I slip off my heels, letting my feet touch the cool marble. Though I'm not done yet. The book! Among other things. I smile as another group of guests arrives, local business leaders drawn by the scandal and opportunity. I'm thinking of buying the office building where I used to clean toilets. Jesus overhears and laughs. Now that's what I call a hostile takeover. Mom's head snaps up at the sound of business being discussed. She's always been able to smell money and power. Sarah! She calls out, desperation creeping into her voice. We should talk. About the future. About family. Family? I walk over, stopping just out of reach. You mean the family that posted photos from Bali while I starved? That family? Evan stands. We can fix this. No, I say softly. You can't, but you can watch me soar and know you could have been part of it. I turn back to my guests, raising my voice. Who wants to hear about my next investment opportunity? The crowd surges forward, leaving my family forgotten in their wake. Power shifts like water, flowing toward money and success. Come on, Heidi whispers to them. I'll show you out. As they shuffle toward the door, I dip my toe in the infinity pool, its edge seeming to spill into the sunset. To growth, I call out, raising my glass. To growth, the crowd echoes. Mom pauses at the door, looking back one last time. Our eyes meet across the terrace. Goodbye, Mother, I mouth silently. She turns away, shoulders slumped, finally understanding what she threw away. The party continues as night falls, but I'm already planning tomorrow. The book deal, the new investments, the empire that's still growing. After all, revenge isn't a moment, it's a lifestyle. The book contract sits unopened on my desk while Jesus pours tea. Dawn light streams through the floor-to-ceiling windows, catching the steam rising from our cups. You haven't signed, he observes. I'm thinking. About. Whether telling the whole story will bring peace or just feed the fire. He settles into the chair across from me. Sometimes fire is necessary for growth. My phone buzzes. A text from Heidi. They're selling their house, moving across town. I set the phone down, something hollow opening in my chest. They're running away. Or accepting defeat, Jesus suggests. You've won, Sarah. Have I? I walk to the window. Mom's roses are wilting, untended. No cars in their driveway, no perfectly curated Instagram posts in weeks. A knock at the door interrupts my thoughts. Caden enters, carrying coffee and files. The office building paperwork is ready, he says, and you have visitors. Evan and Callie stand in my foyer, looking small against the marble columns. She's showing more now, 7 months along. 5 minutes, I tell them. Talk. Evan steps forward. We're having a girl. The words hit harder than expected. A niece I'll never know. Congratulations. We want her to know her aunt, Callie says softly. The real you. The strong you. The aunt you helped make homeless. The aunt who built an empire, she corrects. The one who never gave up. Evan pulls something from his jacket, a wrinkled envelope. I found this in Mom's things while packing. It's Dad's last letter, the one she didn't sell. My hands shake as I take it. I was awful, he continues. Worse than awful. I was Mom's puppet, so desperate for her approval that I forgot how to be a brother. Where is she now? Moving in with Aunt Linda. She's different. Broken maybe, but maybe that's what needed to happen. I open the letter carefully. Dad's handwriting fills the page. My dearest Sarah, remember that your worth isn't measured by others' acceptance, but by your own resilience. You have always been stronger than you knew. The words blur as tears threaten. I can't undo what we did, Evan says, but I can try to be better, for my daughter, for you. Jesus and Caden watch silently as I fold the letter back into its envelope. Your daughter, I say finally. What will you name her? Callie touches her belly. We were thinking Sarah, if that's okay. A laugh escapes me, sharp, surprised. You want to name her after the aunt you helped destroy? After the aunt who rose from destruction, Evan corrects. The one who built herself from nothing. The one I hope she grows up to be like. I walk to my desk and pick up the book contract. You understand this is still happening? All of it. The story, the truth, the consequences. They nod. And you understand I'm not coming back. Not to the family. Not to the way things were. We're not asking you to, Callie says. We're asking you to help build something new. Something better. I sign the contract with a steady hand. Then let's see what rises from these ashes. Later, after they leave, I sit by the infinity pool with Jesus and Caden. You're smiling, Caden observes. Am I? It's different than your revenge smile, he says. Softer. Jesus nods approvingly. Sometimes the best revenge is letting go while standing your ground. My phone pings. A notification that the office building purchase is complete. Another ping. The book deal announcement is trending. What now? Caden asks. I think of Dad's letter, of little Sarah growing in Callie's belly, of all the women who follow my story looking for hope. Now? I stand up, kicking off my shoes. Now we build something that lasts longer than revenge. Something that helps other women rise. And your family, they can watch from a distance, I decide. And maybe, someday, they'll understand that this was never about destroying them. It was about building me. I dive into the pool, letting the cool water wash away the last embers of anger. When I surface, the sunset paints the sky in colours of beginning, not ending. My empire isn't complete. My story isn't finished. But for the first time since that rainy night in my car, I'm not building from rage or pain. I'm building because that's who I am now. A builder, a creator, a queen. And queens don't look back at the kingdoms they've outgrown. They build new ones. Better ones. The kind that welcome daughters home.